Hello, everybody. Welcome to the MTG Place podcast, your place for all things magic. With me today is Josh. How's it going, Josh?
What's up, everybody?
Before we jump into the show here, this show is brought to you by you guys at the Patreon. We got different tiers. We even have a free tier. You can come just hang out and see the polls and stuff we got up over there. We even have free trials if you want to check it out. But also, we have a free Discord that comes along with that and all that. So we appreciate everyone who does. So thank you for that. All right. So news section. I mean, today we have, we had Pro Tour Chicago.
Yep. That just ended.
I watched a ton of it. It was awesome. I watched all the drafts and some of the standard.
Some of the standard, huh? A little interested in it?
Just a little bit. I watched day one basically, and then the finals.
Yeah. The draft's always so interesting. I mean, you got Paul Cheon now back into it, and
plus we had Marshall and Paul covering it. So
whenever they comment on just draft in general, it's just it's awesome. It's fun to watch.
And then Matt Nass won, so he was good there. He had a sweet limited deck too. Let's see. Then stock up is now up to $4 because there's more copies played in the Pro Tour.
Yep. And let's see, Avatar: The Last Airbender got announced.
Yeah, so more cards. I think they said that's going to be November or something like that.
Yeah, it's still long out, but we're going to get Aang. We're going to get, what is that, Nappa or whatever the big guy is that he flies on?
Whatever the big
Appa?
guy. All right, well, now we're going to see if you can guess the top 5 most expensive cards. And this week the set is Portal, original Portal.
Ooh, I thought Portal was really bad.
It was like a starter set.
Yeah.
So what do you think the top 5 most expensive cards in that set are?
Okay, so this is in Portal 3 Kingdoms.
No, regular.
That would be pretty easy. Man. I played a mercenary back in the day. It's a 2 mana, 4/4. You got to discard a card. That's not going to be on there. Oh, man. I swear I'm going to be better at this game later, but I think I'm going to need some hints.
All right, well, the
Ooh, I got it, actually.
What?
Sylvan Tutor.
Yeah, that's the number 2 card.
Okay. All right.
Sylvan Tutor.
Yep.
Search your deck for a creature, reveal it, put it to all players.
Yep.
It's worded weird because it's an old card, but
yep.
Put a creature on top, basically.
Winds of Change again? Is that back?
That's the 8th most expensive card.
Okay. I'm starting to... It's coming. I see the symbol.
One is a 2 mana red spell.
2 mana red spell.
That's been reprinted a bajillion times and is only worth money because it's in this set.
It's Lightning Strike?
No. It was a rare in this set, and now it's a common.
Oh, man. I don't know. I'll fold.
It deals 2 damage to everything.
To Pyroclasm? Isn't
Pyroclasm is $73 if you have a Portal one.
Isn't that 3 mana?
It's 2 mana.
It's 2 mana? Wow.
Yeah, 1 in a red.
Strong card.
Then it's Sylvan Tutor.
Yep.
Okay, the next one is another Tutor card. Can you guess which one?
Okay, Imperial Seal was in 3 Kingdoms.
Right.
I think.
It's not this one.
Another Tutor card. Oh, it's the bad 3 mana one that no one plays because it's 3 mana. Grim Tutor. Right?
Close, but not Grim Tutor. It is 3 mana.
It's the guy pointing at the chalkboard.
Yeah, it's Cruel Tutor.
Cruel. There we go. No one plays those two.
Search for a card, put it on top, you lose 2 life.
Okay.
Let's see. The 4th most expensive card is a card everyone hates when they play it in Commander.
They wouldn't put Winter Orb or something like. What would they? Is there an Armageddon in there?
Yeah, Armageddon.
Nice.
And the fifth most expensive card is a similar card to Armageddon, but it's red.
Ruination,
Nope.
Stone Rain, and
No, it's Devastation. Destroy all creatures and lands. 5 red,
mm,
red.
okay. Oh, those big ones like Obliterate and stuff. They had a
Yeah.
bunch of those back in the day. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah,
Okay,
Devastation $18, Armageddon 19, Cruel
sure.
Tutors 35, Sylvan Tutor 45, and Pyroclasm $73
Okay,
available from Portal.
the only important one I did get, I did get Sylvan Tutor. That's
then it's
playable.
Winds of Change natural order Winds of Change personal tutor. So
Yeah, I should have thought of personal tutor as well. Yeah. All right.
all right, so we're doing set review black today.
That's right. All right. I'll start us off with a banger, I think. Crypt Caller Chariot. 3 and a black for a vehicle that's a 5/5 with menace, crew 2. But whenever you discard one or more cards, create that many tapped 2/2 black zombie creature tokens. That many. That's pretty
Yeah,
insane.
it's a cool splash if you're the cycling deck in limited.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
it
'Cause
seems
like,
pretty good for like Nekusar deck or something.
yeah, any sort of wheel would be
Yeah, or
pretty
just a wheel
insane.
deck.
Or even if you're doing like the waste not strategy in Commander, like
Yeah,
I like how that makes it right away too. It's not until end of turn, so there might be some crazy, like I get some creatures and I sack those creatures or use them somehow. Whenever a creature enters a battlefield, you gain mana with mana echoes or something, and just keep going with cycling. Top of my
yeah.
head.
And like you're basically never going to crew this unless you want to, I guess. But
I mean, yeah,
you're using it just as the artifact slash ability, artifact ability.
100%. That ability is huge, especially in Commander. I'll say it all the time. Stats don't matter. It's like 5 damage, you did it. Um, but yeah, that ability, I love how it's that many too. Like that's usually it's going to be once per turn or one or more cards make one. Like this doesn't have those restrictions, man. You can go wild.
Yep, just keep discarding cards. All right, next up we got the Curse Cloth Wrappings, which is 2 black for an artifact as zombies you control get +1/+1. And tap, target creature card in your graveyard gains Embalm until end of turn. The Embalm cost is equal to its mana cost, which means you exile it, make a copy of it that's a 4/4 zombie.
Embalm does not make 4/4s. That's the other
Oh, copy
one.
of it that's a zombie.
Yep.
Eternalize is the other one, right?
Eternalize
Yeah.
makes some 4/4s. Um, I mean, it's almost the same as saying a finality counter on them.
I
So
mean, whatever. It makes copies of stuff in your graveyard. It's pretty
yeah,
good. It's good and limited.
okay.
I don't
Yeah,
know. I mean, do you
I
have a
mean
zombie deck? And all zombies get +1/+1 for 4?
that's
Okay.
really slow. But I guess it's like recurring nightmare in a way. Like you get to just keep grabbing stuff from your graveyard. You can't recurring nightmare the same thing over and over and over again because you embalm
Right.
it. But okay, it's not bad.
No, it's like all right.
Yeah, you get an all right. It's also tokens, so like doubling season fun stuff could be
Yep.
cool. I think I kind of like it over the finality counter. Like you could do some things with tokens. All right, we got. Or is it my? Yeah, it's my turn.
Mm.
Uh, the demonic junker, 6 and a black for a 4/3 crew 2 vehicle, but it's got infinity for artifacts. We're back, baby. When this vehicle enters, for each player, destroy up to 1 target creature that player controls. If a creature you controlled was destroyed this way, put 2+1/+1 counters on this vehicle.
So it seems pretty good in Commander because you can get like a 3 for 1.
3 for 1, yeah, yep. And you get your soul ring. You already have an artifact, and you can really build to artifacts.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean 3-for-1's great
Seems
in Commander.
bonkers in that mono black Warhammer
Oh gosh,
artifact
yeah.
deck. You
Yeah, that
basically
pure
need one
artifact deck.
mana for this.
Yeah, yeah. So this is, yeah, like we were saying, like Commander's kind of getting very synergistic to whatever kind of deck you are. So if you are that deck, this it's going to be great. Other than that, it's going to be pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't have artifacts, 7
Yeah,
mana is just like no.
horrible, horrible. But
All right. Next up, we got Ben Stiller. So the Gas Guzzler. It's a black mana for a
hey,
2/1 vampire rogue with start your engines. This creature just tapped, and then on max speed, you can pay a black second creature if equal to draw a card. It's pretty good for starting your speed early if you want that. When it gets to max speed, you have a sack outlet then, so it's okay. But it
one
does.
mana,
The artwork does kind of look like Ben Stiller in Zoolander. So
the blue steel. That is funny. Oh my gosh. Um, Yeah, this is really for standard purposes, or draft trying to start your engines.
yeah,
Max speed doesn't seem. I mean,
it's
especially in
like
Commander, do you
okay.
guys?
Like it's just like that other. What's that other zombie? It's like a 1 mana 2/1 that enters tapped.
Yeah, I think it's a 2/2, but it
Oh, okay,
enters
maybe
in
it's
that
2/2, but it's
because
basically
it's
like
vanilla.
that. Like it was a
Yeah,
little bit. It might be a little bit better than that because if you do get to max speed, you could do something else. But
yeah. The start your engine is huge on turn one if you're in that sort of deck. So if you're trying to build a standard deck with this, or maybe modern, I doubt there's enough support, but you'll want 1-drops. You'll want 1-drops. So that's basically what it's for. Because Commander, like I was alluding, you got so many free sack outlets for 1 mana too. Like
yeah,
you have so many altars that are just better. Even in the vampire deck, I would not try to use this if this is your only start your engines too. Like,
oh, I didn't even realize that it's a vampire. Yeah, you're right. I wouldn't play this in a vampire deck unless you have a bunch of
yeah,
start your
this
engine
is
stuff.
this
I
is
mean, you
for
will eventually get it to 4, but unless you have something else in your deck that pays you off for that, there's no point.
yeah.
Because they just kill this, and then it's like, okay, what is the point of me keeping track of this max speed?
No, yeah, yeah. And you just had like a 2/1. I guess I don't know how many 1-drop vampires are like that good. I know
Well, I
there's the
mean, the
one that makes
dire
a blood
one is
token.
insane.
Yeah.
For like 1 mana 1/1 death touch or whatever.
Yeah, there's got to be better than
Yeah.
just doing this. I think it's a rare for limited plays because 1-drop start your engine just seems really good.
Yeah, I mean, and like if you did have max speed when you drew this, it's like okay, you can
Start
one
churning.
mana immediately start stacking and
Yeah.
drawing cards.
I guess it's
So
a.
it seems good in like constructed standard maybe. If you can
Mhm.
play 4 of these things and
Yeah. If there's some sort of start your engines deck in standard, this guy's probably going to be there. Or I think we went over red. There is that goblin that's just a 1-drop as
yeah,
well. All right, we got Gonti. He's back. The Night Minister. 2 and 2 black for 4 mana, 3/4 legendary creature. Whenever a player casts a spell they don't own, that player creates a treasure token. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to one of your opponents, its controller looks at the top card of that opponent's library and exiles it face down. They may play that card for as long as it remains exiled. And mana of any type can be spent to cast the spell this way. This is politics, baby. This
yeah.
is so fun in
I
Commander.
needed it for my Jasper Flint deck where I play
Yeah,
its cards.
yeah. This is like this. If you play
in
this, no one's attacking you. This is better
Yeah,
than propaganda.
in the 1v1 formats, it's just great because it's only going to be you that can get this.
Yeah. But even in the multiplayer, it's just whenever they attack one of your opponents. So if they
Right,
attack you,
because
they
they
don't get
won't
any
attack
cards.
you. Yeah.
That's you should just tell,
So it's
hey
like, hey,
Nick,
you want to get a card? Don't attack me.
yeah, of course I want a card. And of course I'm going to make treasure. Like this is better than Ghostly Prison. This is so good. Oh my gosh. Politics away. Why is he the main guy? He has the Aether Spark in the artwork. Hmm.
I don't know. Maybe I can't really tell what it's supposed to be.
I think that's definitely the Aether Spark, but like
Okay.
I didn't think he would be the one controlling the races. That doesn't seem safe.
I
Yeah.
don't know. It's Gonti doing Gonti things.
It's Gonti doing Gonti things. That's correct.
Could
Yes, sir.
be fun as a commander too.
Yeah, A+ for me. Like this is the type of commander I like.
Next up, we got Quag Feast. It is 1 and a black for a sorcery. Choose target creature, planeswalker, or vehicle. Mill 2 cards and destroy the chosen permanent if its mana value is less than or equal to the number of cards in your graveyard. Which
Mm,
seems pretty good if you have like a self mill deck or just
yeah.
a graveyard synergy deck just for a 2 mana removal spell. Seems pretty good.
Sorcery speed.
It is sorcery speed. So it's not as good as like what's the Infernal Grasp or whatever. It's 2 mana kill a creature. But this
Yeah.
can hit
Yep.
planeswalkers and vehicles, so it's a little more flexible.
Yeah, the Planeswalker is huge, but and the mill 2 cards is not
Yeah,
nothing.
I would consider trying it in like my Carador deck just to help me put 2 more cards in the graveyard
Right. Yeah, yeah.
and just kill like a 4 drop or something with it. You know,
Yeah.
'cause you're guaranteed a 2 drop if you have nothing in your graveyard.
Mhm. It's okay. Like it does its job. It's serviceable, but like you
Yeah,
want
in
instant speed.
limited, it's like the best removal spell because the green black deck has so much self mill that this is basically 2 mana killer anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Oh, for sure. And just milling 2 is so much more with a 40 card deck than a 100 card deck. I
mhm.
don't know. You just you get to see what you want more often than not. It's a serviceable card. Next we got The Last Ride. So 1 mana legendary artifact vehicle with crew 2. It's a 13/13. Except the last ride gets -X/-X, where X is your life total. But you can also activate ability 2 and a black, pay 2 life to draw a card. It's like greed that in late game could
It's like
kill
Death
someone.
Death Shadow and Greed
Yeah,
together.
Shadow and greed, but both worse in each way.
Yeah.
You got to crew it if you want the Death Shadow part, and you
I
got
mean,
to
it
pay
seems okay.
3.
Like the
Yeah,
flexibility of being able to just keep drawing cards, but
yeah,
I mean, in Commander, it's going to take a while for you to be able to
yeah. That's
use it.
but in Commander you can make infinite mana pretty often, so
Is
maybe.
I don't think it's good enough to replace Death Shadow and Modern in the Death Shadows decks.
Oh no, no, this is not.
Like maybe they'd play a one of if they just want another copy for some reason, but
It's also legendary, so like in those constructed formats, you can only have one out at a time. You
right.
can't have multiple. So it's like close, but I think it's still really bad. My opinion.
Yeah, I mean it's not the greatest. I don't know. Artwork's cool. Seems cool, but I don't think it's
It
that
is
good.
metal, very metal.
All right, next up, our last card here is the Speed Demon. 3 black,
And
black,
they had to.
5/5 legendary creature demon. Flying trample. Start your engines. At the beginning of your end step, draw X cards and lose X life, where X is your speed. And so
Whoa,
now I just want to make a
whoa!
commander deck around this, and then just play Demon Speeding by Rob Zombie on repeat. It's like I'm Demon Speed.
This is not bad. This is really good, actually. There's a
Yeah, you're
already
drawing
is
at least 1 card no matter what every turn.
blood gift demon. Let's look at this up. Blood gift demon. Okay, this is a 5 mana, 5 more, 5/4 flying. At the beginning of your upkeep, target player draws a card and loses 1 life. Like this is just strictly better
Yeah, because
because it can get.
you could draw 4 if you get to max speed.
Yeah, it's a bigger toughness. It's got trample, and yeah, this is insane.
I think it's good. I think it's pretty sweet in Commander because you're going to draw a bunch
Hmm.
of cards.
And who
Like I
cares
mean, they
about the life?
banned Gristlebrand for a reason. This is draw 4 every turn if you get it up. fast enough?
Yeah, I mean, we're not playing any other start your engines really in a commander deck. If you are, you're playing maybe 2 or 3, and like the likeliness of drawing them in same
I mean,
commander
you
is pretty
could
low.
just because you're playing this as your commander and you want
Yeah,
the speed to
but
get up.
I'm saying even with all that parameters, like this alone is just good. This is really
Yeah,
good.
just alone, that the worst case is you draw a card. Like,
Yeah, yeah, which
and
is great.
eventually you're going to get in for some damage, and then you're going to be able to get speed up. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like this. I guess constructed, it being a legendary is a bit of a bummer, but it's still like it's you
I
only
mean,
want a few
constructed
of them.
too. Like like especially in like limited and constructed, it's like, all right, I got to kill you before I lose all my life.
Yeah, yeah,
So
right. You don't want so many, but 5/5 flying's always a awesome stat line because you at 20 life, it's just 4 hits. It's all you need to get. It's 4 hits, so that's always fun. This is sweet. We'll move on to I got a jank combo for you today. We're going to be talking about the Crypt Caller Chariot.
oh geez,
This is the 4 mana 5/5 menace crew 2 vehicle. Whenever you discard one or more cards, create that many tapped 2/2 black zombie creature tokens. We're going to combo this off with a card called Sage of the Falls. It's a 5 mana. It's 4 in a blue for a 2/5 Merfolk Wizard. When Sage of the Falls or another non-human creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. So that's all you need to do is have Crypt Caller out and then play Sage of the Falls. He loots, and as you discard a card, you make a zombie. And then Sage of the Falls triggers, you loot, make another zombie. Loot, make another zombie. So this goes all the way until you deck yourself. So you got to make sure you got like removal of your own Sage of the Falls or sack outlet or can do something with all of this crazy shenanigans. Um, Sage of the Falls is pretty famous for going infinite with like Locust God. Whenever you draw a card, you make a locust. So you draw a card, make a locust, and you loot because the locust came in, and since you already looted, you drew a card, you make another locust. But this just works out almost the same way when it cares about discard instead of drawing cards.
that sounds crazy. All right, my crazy card this week is a card that was spoiled from Final Fantasy. It is the Jumbo Cactar. It's 5 green for a 1/7 plant with 10,000 needles. Whenever this creature attacks, it gets plus 9,999 plus 0 until a turn. So then you have a 10,007.
Trampler. Oh
That's
my,
why it's crazy, and you can fling it after that.
yes. Fling, Chandra's Ignition.
The ultimate Timmy card.
Oh my gosh. Sack it to greater good and draw 10,000 cards.
Yeah, there you
Wait,
go.
you don't do that. Don't do that.
Why? Just have a fastest Oracle, or not a fastest
No,
Oracle. What's
you
the card?
guess. Yep.
Lab
Yep.
Man in play.
Lab Man's already out. Boom. That's the combo. Yeah, everyone's freaking out about this card. It's so cool. This is so sweet. I'm so happy they're going into this wacky space.
I don't
Because
think it's actually going to be that good, but
no, 7
people are
mana
just going to kill it.
and
But
wait. You
yeah,
got a 7 mana
7 mana wait a turn. Like what?
let's see. In Commander, I think the command zone did a little like stats where like they say you only cast like one or like not even one 7-drop per game
Yeah,
every time. So it's like you have a 50% chance of even casting this, and it going past that again is not like. But still, this is super cool because like, what's the difference between 40 attack and 10,000?
really nothing. Like
No, no, like
basically the
nothing.
same.
So it's super
Just
cool.
attack and then Chandra's Ignition or something.
Yep, yep, the best, the best.
All right. Well, I don't have anything else. That looks like that's the black. So that'll be our show for this week.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Solid. Yeah, you can
Again,
help.
you can Support us using our TCG Player affiliate link, which we found in the show notes and our website, mtgplace.net. Make sure you click that link before you purchase any of the cards on TCG Player. Let them know we sent you over there. Help support the show.
Yeah, and you can also, as we said from the beginning, help us at patreon.com. We have free tiers and other tiers to help you out. And we also have a Discord if you just want to talk and come hang out. We'll be talking Magic there.
Yeah, don't forget to hit like and subscribe to be notified of all of our videos and podcasts when they're released. Thanks for listening. Bye, everybody.
Peace.